Oklahoma has over 150,000 miles of rivers and streams coursing through a diverse landscape of forests, prairies, residential areas, and farmlands. The water running through these streams is an essential resource to the citizenry, offering recreation opportunities like fishing and swimming, as well as providing drinking water as streams outfall into rivers and rivers pour into reservoirs. The ability of our streams to support these uses depends on the quality of water flowing within their banks, and that water quality is a reflection of the landscape that drains into these waterways. Although the majority of Oklahoma's streams are relatively healthy, many miles of streams throughout the state are impacted by water quality impairments. Non-point source pollution, generally resulting from land runoff of pollutants, is a leading cause of water quality impairments nationwide and in Oklahoma. And these impairments threaten the health of streams and our ability to use their water safely. Because of the importance of water resources, each state is mandated to monitor their health, determining impacts and sources of pollution. By state statute, the Oklahoma Conservation Commission serves as the technical lead agency for management of non-point source pollution in Oklahoma. This responsibility means coordinating and conducting monitoring and assessment of water bodies for non-point source impacts, conducting education programs about non-point source impacts, and implementing voluntary conservation programs through partnership that assist producers with management practices that promote both production as well as soil and water quality improvements. The ultimate goal of this effort is restoring water quality and stream health to a level capable of supporting activities such as fishing and swimming. To address non-point source impacts in Oklahoma, the Oklahoma Conservation Commission initiated its current monitoring program in 2001, called the Small Watershed Rotating Basin Monitoring Program. Monitoring and assessment are critical steps towards identifying the extent of water quality impairments and the potential causes and sources of degradation. In the 19 years since the initiation of the Rotating Basin Program, approximately 250 sites have been sampled comprehensively and repeatedly throughout the state. Continuity in monitoring methods at fixed monitoring locations has been a crucial component to identifying and remediating non-point source-derived impairments in Oklahoma. To monitor the entire state effectively, the Rotating Basin Program divides the state into 5 basin groups. In any given year, 2 basin groups and approximately 100 streams are monitored. Each year, 1 basin is completed and a new basin is sampled, meaning all sites are sampled for 2 consecutive years within a 5-year period. This frequency of sampling allows for both broad coverage of streams across Oklahoma and the assessment of streams for attainment of water quality standards. Rotating basin sites are monitored for physical and chemical parameters on a fixed, preset interval approximately every 5 weeks. Parameters include turbidity, pH, dissolved oxygen, flow, nutrients, salts, and during the recreation season, bacteria. Streams are also monitored twice yearly for benthic macroinvertebrates, as well as fish and in-stream habitat once per 5-year rotation cycle.
Hi, my name is Megan Knight. I work for the Oklahoma Conservation Commission in the Water Quality Division, and today I am going to be taking some water quality parameter measurements. So I'm putting in my probe, and I'm going to let it adjust to make sure all my numbers are evening out. Grab my clipboard here and my pencil. Placing my probe in the run, so not in a ripple, not in a pool, but in a run. Gonna look at my meter, make sure that my numbers are evening out, and by that I just mean leveling out. I will be writing down the water temperature, dissolved oxygen, and the conductivity as well as the pH.
Upon completion of 2 years of sampling within a basin, water quality and biological data are compared to water quality standards to determine if the stream supports its designated beneficial uses. Beneficial uses include agriculture, aesthetics, primary body contact, and fish and wildlife propagation. These assessments allow for a determination of stream health and their safe use for specific activities, and the data are provided to the public through a comprehensive document called the Integrated Report. The stream data collected and analyzed by the Rotating Basin Program can be a valuable asset to local communities. Knowledge of the local stream conditions can be important for the local community so they can make informed decisions regarding how to safely enjoy the resource. For example, high values of bacteria in a stream and associated impairment to the primary body contact beneficial use may mean that caution should be exercised in allowing children and pets to swim in the water. Impairment to the fish and wildlife beneficial use may mean the health of the stream is challenged and communities are losing out on fishing opportunities. The Rotating Basin Program attempts to sample streams in strategic locations that represent a small enough watershed where the water quality benefits of conservation practices can be effectively realized, and large enough to maximize coverage of the entire state. Additionally, the Conservation Commission reaches out to the Conservation District in the upcoming year's basin to hear about local concerns and ensure that the monitoring effort best helps districts achieve their local goals. The Rotating Basin Program is not just good at identifying stream impairments, but also working with partners to help document improvements in stream quality. Because the chemistry and biota within a stream are influenced by land management within the surrounding watershed, monitoring data can be used to target the strategic areas and types of conservation practices that could be installed to provide the most benefit to local resources. In fact, the long-term repeated monitoring of the Rotating Basin Program provides quantifiable proof of the effectiveness of the hard work of conservation partners in local districts to put voluntary conservation practices on the ground. As of 2019, 84 streams have been removed from the impaired water bodies list for over 120 pollutants. Each of these streams is accompanied by a success story outlining how the voluntary cooperative efforts of the OCC, NRCS, and local conservation districts can be tied to tangible benefits to stream resources and ultimately the people of Oklahoma. In some circumstances, monitoring data can provide justification for attempts to secure additional sources of funding for implementation projects through programs such as USDA's Regional Conservation Partnership Program or the National Water Quality Initiative Program. These types of programs can be of great benefit to improving operations of local producers while helping to improve local water quality. The monitoring protocols designed for the Rotating Basin Program have been tailored to assess the source and extent of non-point source pollution in Oklahoma, while providing the data necessary to support the importance and effectiveness of voluntary conservation efforts in correcting impairments. Through locally led implementation projects and its conservation partnership, Oklahoma is a leader in the nation in water quality improvement. Upon the request of conservation districts, the Rotating Basin is available to provide support to help districts meet their conservation goals through data sharing, targeted monitoring, and collaboration on additional water quality projects. Through continued coordination between conservation districts and the Rotating Basin Program, Oklahoma will continue to be a leader in water quality improvement for years to come.